A long time ago, in a land filled with sandy hills and starry skies, there lived a boy named Joseph. He was the favorite son of his father Jacob, who loved him so much that he gave Joseph a special gift, a coat made of many beautiful colors. It had reds like apples, blues like the sky, yellows like the sun, and greens like fresh leaves. Joseph felt proud and happy in his colorful coat, and he wore it everywhere he went. But Joseph's brothers didn't feel the same. They were jealous. "Why does he always get the best?" they grumbled. "Why is he Dad's favorite?" And things got worse when Joseph had two dreams. In one, all his brothers' bundles of grain bowed to his. In the other, the sun, moon, and stars bowed to him too. When Joseph told them, their faces turned red with anger. "Who does he think he is?" One day, while the brothers were watching their sheep far from home, Joseph came to check on them. When they saw him coming in his colorful coat, they made a plan. "Let's get rid of him," they said. So they grabbed Joseph, took off his coat, and threw him into a deep, empty pit. A little while later, a group of traders passed by on camels, heading to Egypt. The brothers sold Joseph to them for 20 pieces of silver. Joseph looked back one last time as the desert swallowed up the road behind him. The brothers dipped his coat in animal blood and took it home to their father. Jacob cried when he saw it. "A wild beast has eaten my son," he sobbed. He thought Joseph was gone forever, but Joseph was still alive. In Egypt, he was sold to a man named Potiphar, an important servant of Pharaoh. Joseph worked hard, and even though he was far from home, God was with him. Everything Joseph did turned out well. Potiphar trusted him and put him in charge of the whole house. But trouble came again. Potiphar's wife told a lie about Joseph, and Joseph was thrown into a dark prison. Still, even in prison, Joseph didn't give up. He stayed kind and faithful. The prison guard saw Joseph's good heart and put him in charge of the other prisoners. One day, two men in the prison had strange dreams. Joseph listened and, with God's help, told them exactly what the dreams meant. One of them, a butler, would soon return to Pharaoh's palace. "Please remember me when you're free," Joseph asked, but the butler forgot. Joseph stayed in prison for 2 more years. Then, one night, Pharaoh, the king of Egypt, had 2 strange dreams. In one, 7 fat cows were eaten by 7 skinny cows. In the other, 7 full ears of corn were swallowed by 7 thin ones. No one could explain them until the butler finally remembered Joseph. Joseph was brought to the palace. He stood before Pharaoh and listened carefully. Then, with wisdom from God, Joseph said, "Your dreams mean there will be 7 years of plenty, lots of food, and then 7 years of famine, no food at all. You must store food now to prepare." Pharaoh was amazed. "There's no one wiser than you," he said. He took off his royal ring and gave it to Joseph, making him the 2nd most powerful man in all of Egypt. Joseph went from prisoner to prince in a single day. Stay tuned for part 2 of Joseph's story, my friends.